Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for March 22nd, 2012. It is 8:16 a.m. and it is currently where we should be for highs for today. But it's going to get a lot warmer than the upper 50s throughout the entire northern Atlantic. Of course, much like we've seen for much of this week, we have dense fog in place, especially along the coastal plain. Visibility this morning was below a mile in many locations, but that visibility is starting to rise as the low clouds and fog begin to burn off. Now, there's going to be a big difference from yesterday to today, and I'll show why in just a moment. But what you can expect by this afternoon is many of these locations, especially just away from the coast, will rise into the mid 70s to possibly even a few lower 80s for highs this afternoon. Again, we should be in the upper 50s to lower 60s for highs. Actually, really mid 50s to upper 50s for most of these locations for highs this time of year. Instead, we're going to be in the upper 70s. So that's pretty impressive for this type of warm air mass to be in place. So let's take a look at the latest infrared satellite picture. And you can see over much of the northern Mid-Atlantic, we do have these low clouds hanging around. But once the sun gets a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, you will see that these clouds will start to break up, and as a result, clear skies will take hold and temperatures will skyrocket. Now, there's a big difference from yesterday and today, and that difference can be seen in the water vapor satellite picture. I love using this satellite picture because you can see the small little disturbances that can influence your weather pattern, especially at the small scale level. And you can see that our disturbance from yesterday, which is right down here, is now well to the south of the northern Mid-Atlantic. And that's going to mean that all that mid-level moisture that was hanging around and keeping that cloud deck in place yesterday is now gone. And you can see all this black and red, that's dry air. That's dry air above the low clouds and fog that has developed this morning. So unlike yesterday where we had this moisture hanging around and you had some overcast skies and therefore cooler temperatures than what was expected, this afternoon, with this dry air in place over the northern Mid-Atlantic, the clouds will break up and you'll see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Could still be an isolated shower here or there, but you're really going to see temperatures spike up, especially when you're just away from the coast. If you're on Long Island or right along the New Jersey coast, look for temperatures to rise into the mid 60s to lower 70s, depending on the wind direction off of the ocean. If the wind is from the east or from the southeast, in these locations, expect temperatures to be rather cool compared to the rest of the region, or basically near normal for this time of year. So let's take a look also at the, let me unzoom this real fast. Okay, this is the water vapor for the entire eastern United States, and I'm sure your attention is drawn to here. This is a developing upper level low over the plains. This upper level low will slowly move towards the east coast and reach our neck of the woods by Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Now, what's important is that as this upper level low moves due east and heads towards the Virginia coastline by Saturday afternoon, we'll start to get a southeasterly wind direction at almost all levels of the atmosphere. And that means moisture from the Atlantic will move into the northern Mid-Atlantic. So what we can expect Saturday evening on through Sunday will be periods of rain. For right now, I don't think it's going to be a steady all-day rain, but you'll see these waves of rain moving in, especially on Sunday morning, producing at times a heavy downpour or two, but mostly scattered showers and cloudy conditions, and temperatures still only slightly above normal. We're talking about the lower 60s here instead of the mid to upper 50s. So we're still going to be above normal. We're just not going to be incredibly above normal as we will be experiencing this afternoon. Taking a look at the latest model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website using the European model guidance here once again. Here's our upper level lows sitting over the plains this afternoon and evening. Our high pressure is in control off the east coast. We get a nice southerly wind. Our temperatures warm up once the clouds break up. Again, basically the same type of weather pattern on Friday. Now we're going to have to watch out for a backdoor cold front tomorrow afternoon, especially for Connecticut and portions of Long Island. That might blunt our temperatures a little bit in those locations, but I expect another very warm day for much of the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area. Now by this weekend, here's our upper level low approaching the east coast. notice we're going to start to develop a southeasterly flow off of the Atlantic. Moisture starts to increase off the Atlantic. So Saturday afternoon, expect clouds to increase, a few scattered showers. Showers start to increase in coverage on Saturday night. And then Sunday, well, take a look here. The upper level low starts to exit off the east coast. Here's our surface low. Now, the fact that the surface low is right under the upper level low means that we're not really going to see a lot of intensification with this low pressure system. So I don't expect widespread heavy rain, but you can see there's kind of waves of rain and moisture moving in from the Atlantic into the New Jersey coast. That'll produce periods of showers at times. Once this upper level low and low pressure system exits off the coast, that low pressure system will start to intensify due to interaction with this trough over eastern Canada. And that's going to be really great news for much of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, because we're going to be on the western fringe of this deep upper level trough that develops over the Atlantic. That means northwesterly flow, and that means dry air. Dry air leads to clear skies. So Monday, there still will be a threat for a few scattered showers Monday morning, clearing skies Monday afternoon. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yes, even Friday, I'm expecting clear skies, dry conditions, obviously, and temperatures remaining above normal. Not so much as the mid to upper 70s as we'll experience this afternoon, but still mid 60s to lower 70s can be expected, And that means we continue to remain in a mild, comfortable, and enjoyable weather pattern. That is your weather discussion for today. Again, you can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Facebook and Twitter. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.